everypony, my name is Sentry of the Bronie Brothers, and welcome back to Danganronpa 1-2 Reload. And I know what you're thinking, why am I starting here? Or when I actually completed it. Well, I wanted to do the Danganronpa IF. I think that's how it's pronounced. But I'm not doing it as just myself. I'm doing it as the king of Danganronpa! In fact, boom! Cake mode. Okay, let's try this again. The king of Danganronpa! Ha! Well, now then, we're gonna check out some of the extras and Danganronpa IF. Let's check out the extras in Trigger Happy Havoc.
Danganronpa.
Yay! I got Kyoko. And load? Yes. Extras, yes. Events. Oh, movie gallery. Ooh, I gotta show you this. Oh, I actually won something from here. Ah, there we go. That's much better. Okay, nope, 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 no, 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 no. Oh wait! Yes! This is the one. And I actually won this from this silly game. Took a lot of tokens, but it was worth it. And this is what I won. Oh, not the art gallery. We already been there. Movie gallery. Okay. Apparently you could buy the videos. The punishments. I don't know what that one is, but... Nah. Probably nothing. Still don't know that one. Oh, yes. This one. And is from the demo version where Yasuhiro dies. But we're not focused on it. We're focused on this. A loophole how we can all escape. Check it out. Chapter 1. We're not going through all of it. We're getting out! Every single one of us. We're saving Mondo, Mizuno, Hifumi, Tanaka. Actually, no, not Tanaka. He's in the other one. But we are saving Mukuro, disguised as Junko Onoshima, who is a traitor! Okay, now you saw. And they discovered that the world is in total chaos. I guess that's all from here. School mode? Nah. Maybe another time.
Danganronpa.
Now, on to the extras for
Danganronpa.
Goodbye Despair. Okay. Load. Yes. Magical girl. Nah. Island mode. Oh, yes. This one. We'll go to that next. But first, event gallery, movie, artwork. I gotta show you some of these. Okay, apparently we got Hajime, Nagito, Imposter, UI, Tanaka the Forbidden One, without the scarf, and the 4 Dark Devas of Destruction. You know, I actually decided to make polymer figures out of them. I got I think the falcon and the fox, the elephant, and the dragon. I actually did a nice work on them. And I also based them on the elements. The elephant is water, or ice, in that case. The wolf will be, the fox will be in the earth, and the hawk, obviously, the air, and the dragon, fire. What else? And I actually took the liberty of making them look the appearance of their element. And I actually had a theory that the 4 Dark Devas of Destruction caused every natural disaster. The hawk caused tornadoes and hurricanes. The elephant caused blizzards and floods. And the fox caused earthquakes, and the dragon, volcanic eruptions and wildfires. Moving on. Kazuichi, Teru, Nekomaru, Mekamaru. Whoops. Oh, these are mono beasts. Mini mono beasts. Okay, where are we? Fuyuhiko Eye Patch, Akane Owari, Chiaki Nanami, may she rest in peace. Sonia Nevermind. You know, it's kind of weird that her last name is Nevermind. Is it like, I'm Sonia Nevermind? It's kind of funny. Kyoko, Mahiru, Mikon, Ibuki, Peko, Sparkling Justice. You know, I think she is a serial killer, and she is a hit woman. You know, like an assassin. Patience clothes. You know, that's actually a face a mother could love. No offense. Monami, Usami, Mono Beast Horse, Mono Beast Viper, Snake, Mono Beast Tiger, Mono Beast Bird, Mono Beast Human. They could just call him the Knight. Okay, Mono Beast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I miscounted. Okay, 5. Together there are 16, but subtracted, there's only 11. Okay, Monokuma and Monomi's height. Huh, what do you know? Oh, she is the little sister. You know, I never seen this one. Cyberpunk Island. Never heard of it. Shower room, supermarket, and calendar, chandelier, beach, music venue. Still do not like how they titled it. Restaurant, ancient ruins. And, you know, I think, is that a robot? I think that's a stone robot of aliens. And kitchen, storage, ranch. Oh, what do you know? This was the original design for deep fried teru teru. I think that's the same. Bye bye out cheese. Yeah, I think this was the original design. Hey, it's everyone! Monami Theater, Wizard of Monami. Okay, we got Scarecrow getting hanged and Tin Man getting dismantled. Lion getting pierced with arrows to a tree. A helicopter, Monokuma. King Monokuma. The elderly. The Wicked Witch of the East. And that's it. And for those. Now then, let's get to the novel. Trigger Happy Havoc in Danganronpa IF. The Button of Hope and the Tragic Warriors of Despair. Huh. Interesting. Play from beginning. Yes. Ah. Monokuma's monologue. This world is full of ifs. If Adam hadn't tied the knot with Eve, society as we know would never have been born. The world that everyone lives in, the outcome among ifs, would continue to merge and hub to ifs. If it's in the soup, you know. What lies behind this scary woman? I'm not reading all this. I'll just fast read it, but I can't read it aloud. Expensive, blah blah blah. No matter how you look at ifs are simply words like any other. No matter how I can't feel my tongue. More if blah blah blah. Result. Alternate. Scenario. Don't you think that it's insult to Makoto and the others after the tragedy they overcame? You were responsible, Monokuma. If you gonna look at if, I think it's better if you view the outside of Kane's land bottle first. But if can we get started? Thank you. What should I do with this? Makoto Naegi was at a loss. Despite his hesitation, his situation was extremely simple and composed of three key factors. The first factor was that Makoto was currently locked inside the school. Hope's Peak Academy is a school for... I keep forgetting, it's Hope's Peak High School. Hope's Peak High School is a school for privileged elite and each student attends possessing a super high school level talent. Makoto was chosen to attend Hope's Peak by a lottery held to select the super high school level lucky student. In this case, he became the super high school level Luck. When he arrived for the first day of school, he immediately lost consciousness and he woke up. He saw all the exits and windows have been sealed shut. Because of him, the next factor was Monokuma, a mysterious robot bear being operated by the mastermind. Not really. I think he has a self-conscious. And the announcement he made to all the students. You'll be living your whole life in this academy, he declared. If you want to leave, then kill someone and become the Blackened. Yeah, but you have to go through trial. This strange remote-controlled robot was telling Makoto and his fellow students to start killing each other in exchange for their freedom. They learned that more than one Monokuma exists, and that each one contains a bomb to prevent anyone from attacking them. On top of that, announced that who attempt to harm him will receive punishment. The third and final factor was a red button that Makoto was currently holding in his hand. What button? I didn't receive a button. The words escape button were crudely written on this button in marker. I do not remember this from the original, but it's an if. This is an alternate timeline, and we're in the multiverse. And though the two factors were currently caused for panic, Makoto only seemed lost over the third. During his free time, Makoto noticed that the school store was open, and he curiously got the better of him. He was overwhelmed by the disjointed atmosphere upon entering, but his attention soon focused on a strange vending machine. The words mono machine were written in it. I'm not reading this. It seemed like a bad idea, but Makoto thought there might be a chance that this machine could dispense some way out of escape to school. And blah blah blah. Escape button. There's a limit to how much you can tease us. Maybe the mastermind who trapped us in here is making a cruel joke. These thoughts filled Makoto's mind, and he began to feel deeply discouraged, however. There's always a chance, right? Makoto was just an ordinary boy, and he only gained entry to Hope's Peak through a lottery, and becoming the super high school level Luck. Maybe that Luck was the real deal. If this button isn't real, maybe I could let Misa know. Makoto took a deep breath and pressed the button. Instantly, pain burst through his body. Ah! Makoto's arms and legs went limp, and he lost his balance and fell to the floor and into a crumpled heap. As he breathed heavily, it dawned on him what had just happened. I got electrocuted? He looked down at the button in his hand and noticed a small needle sticking out of it. Why was there a needle? Makoto quickly surmised that an electric current must have been running through it. Seriously, you need to look before you touch. After regaining, even though thought about it once again. I should have known. It was a fake. Just how sick and twisted was the mastermind. My head still feels a little woozy. I should go back to my room and rest. With that in mind, Makoto walked out of the student store with slow, careful steps. But Makoto didn't know it yet. If the escape button really was a fake, it would have been an act of mercy for the mastermind. A small bear-shaped shadow began moving around inside the now empty student store. The shadow, Monokuma, stood before the Mono machine and stared at it silently. But after some time he passed, he began to laugh, a cold, hollow laugh, utterly devoid in motion. Despite the fact that he was alone, Monokuma began to talk almost as if he was speaking to someone. Perhaps Monokuma was talking directly to the mastermind controlling him.
I only put that in the mono machine because I thought that it'd be interesting if one of the last few survivors happened to win it.
You like my voice?
But with a success rate of 1.000000001%, I never thought anyone would actually win it. Perhaps I should have expected and had the lucky boy to overcome such impossible odds. Hilarious!
Monokuma started blushing and breathing heavily for no apparent reason. A robot like Monokuma doesn't need to breathe, but because his technology is super advanced, he could express himself like a living creature. Right.
Makoto was chosen through a lottery, and now he's won the escape button through a lottery. This is obviously impossible, right? Is this what a miracle is? Is this all systems go toward escaping? Is something that defies all common sense about to come crashing into my world? Well, even though I don't really want this at all, I'm starting to enjoy this new sensation. We'll be back after these commercials.
Monokuma's international machine began running at a full capacity, and his facial expressions began changing more smoothly than any human could. Suddenly, his expressions immediately stopped, and he whispered through his speakers.
But this is really good luck.
After muttering something so ominous, Monokuma's loud, screeching laughter rang gently throughout the room. The sensation that was about to unfold contained two conflicting emotions in equal measure: hope and despair. Next day, nighttime. Nagito lay on his bed, desperately struggling with the despair and hope crooning with him. Monokuma had forced the students to each watch a DVD earlier that day. Oh yes, I know how this works. Makoto showed a scene. Makoto's DVD showed a scene that suggested his parents and little sister were in danger. You know, I think there was a game in for that. And remember when during chapter 3 and we went to the theater and there was a poster of Makoto's sister? You know, I think there's actually a game of that, but I'm not playing that. There's no way on earth I'm watching it. I mean playing it. Either way, I'm not playing or watching. And you cannot make me. No power on earth can make me. And now he found himself determined to leave the school. Oh, determined, sorry. It seemed that the other students were forced to watch the shocking videos of their own. Videos so shocking that they were now determined to escape the school too. Even it meant sacrificing someone to do it. However, it was obvious that these videos were part of a trap. As long as a student killed someone, they were allowed to graduate and leave the school. Which would be totally pointless when they discovered the truth. I mean, what will happen after they see the outside world? Will they run back in? And then cry themselves because they killed everyone else? Right now, Makoto was most worried about Mizuno, who seemed to be incredibly distressed after watching her video. Oh, yeah, she was. But right now, Makoto was most worried about her, who seemed incredibly distressed after... Oh, that was already there. So, Mizuno wasn't just the super high school level idol. She was also Makoto's classmate when they were students at Blackroot Junior High. Her husband blah blah blah. If nothing else, I had to at least save Mizuno. As soon as Makoto thought that, he suddenly felt a small headache. That's new. Was he still reeling from the being punched by Mondo the other day? You weren't... I thought you were talking about that little needle. Or was this a side effect of being electrocuted by that escape button? Probably that. As Makoto pondered these thoughts, the pain slowly subsided, and he returned to his demented thoughts of escape. Anyway, we all need to work together, and... At that moment, Makoto realized his goal had changed slightly. We all need to. Ideally, it would be best if everyone survived together. Yeah! Ideally, it would be best if everyone survived together. However, aside from Mizuno, Makoto had never met the other students before. He didn't know if they could even be trusted in the first place. Of course you know them, but you've been brainwashed! But at that moment, he trusted them without even an ounce of suspicion. He believed they were worth helping even at the cost of his own life. Just like a Sayaka. Why? The headache struck again, as if all the blood vessels in his brain were being individually sliced open. Why did I just think that I could trust the others as much as I trust Mizuno? Makoto tried to figure out why his thought process had suddenly changed. Something was wrong. The throbbing pain in his head seemed synchronized with a strange feeling that something was approaching him. It's Mizuno! She's gonna trick you into switching rooms with her and she is gonna kill Leon! Come on, people! The doorbell rang. Someone's here. Aw, man, she's gotta go away or she'll be killed. He quickly got out of bed, but at that moment only made the headache worse. With no concern for his safety, Makoto carelessly opened the door to his room and came face to face with Mizuno, go away! Your life is gonna be in danger, you beesnick.
I'm really sorry to come by so late.
Sayaka? You know, I'm gonna do my best to do girl impersonation, but if you don't like it, don't blame me. I used to be good at mimicking all sorts of voices, but when you're going through changes when you're growing up, those special talents go poof. The pain. What are you doing so late? The moment he saw her face, the pulsating pain in Makoto's head began accelerating. He felt like the world was being torn apart from the inside out. Sorry to bother you, but something really weird just happened, and Makoto, what's wrong? You don't look so well. Sayako was pale and had been trembling when she came to Makoto's room, but she seemed surprised to see that his complexion was worse than her own. Yeah, I'm fine. My head. Makoto couldn't finish his sentence. His eyes rolled back into his head, and he lost consciousness and slowly fell to the floor. Thud. I added a thud. And Sayaka's beautiful voice let out a scream as she stood over Makoto's body. Ah! The next day in the nurse's office. Oh, you're awake. Hey, you okay? How many fingers am I holding up? I don't know. I don't see you. As Makoto regained consciousness, he was greeted by the sight of fingers adorned with long fake nails being waved in his face. Oh no! Don't tell me! Huh? Huh? Junko? Oh, come on! Really? Hey, why do you sound so unsure? Oh, right. I have to do her voice. I'm a little shocked to hear you said that. Despite what she said, Junko Enoshima, the super high school level fashion diva, was laughing as if she found this all very amusing. Makoto looked around and realized he'd never seen this place before. Wait a minute! The nurse's office was closed! It looked somewhat like a hospital. 3 beds, including his own, were lined up in the room, with various medical instruments laid up around them. The black ceiling felt strangely obsolete, but as he sat up, Makoto's mind immediately centered on one possibility. Where are we? Did we get rescued?
That would be nice. Huh?
She replied as she looked away. Junko explained that this was the nurse's office on the first floor of the academy. Which is impossible because the nurse's office doesn't get unlocked until Chapter 3! That Monokuma thing said I can't bear to see my precious students getting sick. And opened this place up this morning. But don't you think it's suspicious? What if all of these meds are poison? To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. Makoto remembered his encounter with the escape button and let out a small sigh. So why am I here, Junko? You should thank Mizuno for that. She was here the whole night taking care of you. Wait, if she was with me the whole night, would that mean... She was? Junko ignored Makoto's surprise and continued casually talking. But then Kiyotaka got all fired up and he was like, "We should take turns watching over him. I just just happened to be on duty when you woke up." Well, and even then, only because Togami ditched. Ditching your friends is against the rules! Not really. Actually, no. I could have done better. Ditching your friends is absolutely absurd! Yeah, that's actually right. I see. Thanks. Like I said, you should thank Mizuno. Anyway, how are you feeling? Is everything alright? Huh? Makoto thought about it for a moment and remembered what he had been thinking about just before he lost consciousness. This is kind of weird, but... Actually, it's a really weird question, but... What's up? Junko, we've never met each other before, right? Upon hearing this, Junko's eyes widened, but for a few seconds later, she began to laugh.
Are you for real? That pickup line is like so totally played out, you know?
Even though she was grinning, a serious look came over her face. Oh, I think he is starting to remember that this isn't Junko. I think. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Just so you know, you shouldn't expect anything like that from me. I know I look this way, but I take my virtue pretty seriously. No, I mean, I never expected... Well, that's what I figured. It's obvious that you're a total mega male anyway. What? Omega male? What's that supposed to mean? Makoto and Junko continued to talk to one another. Although he wondered why Junko was talking to him instead of leaving to get the others, Makoto didn't question it. He just wanted to talk to someone. Anyone. As long as he interacted with his fellow students, he believed that he would learn the truth about what was going on inside his head. 10 minutes later, Junko mostly talked about alpha males and omega males, her time being homeless, about her past and her dreams of the future. Wait a minute! I think I figured it out! Oh, Junko and Mukuro were born from the same mom, but they had two different dads. One was a man who wanted to further his career, and the other one was a soldier who actually fell in love with her, and she loved him. So she went with the father, or with Mukuro, but Junko stayed behind with the businessman. And with additional training from Mukuro's father, Mukuro decided to become a soldier just like him. But a bomb probably crashed and killed both of her mom and dad. which I believe that made her both homeless and gaining her despair. Her despair is becoming an orphan. Plus, I think Junko's despair is because she didn't have a mother to love her. Her father always bossing her around, and when she just wanted to be a fashion diva, but her father wanted her to become the next chairman, and when he passes, but she got so fed up, she killed him. It's because of this she gained the thirst for despair. It all fits. I think I solved the mystery. Anyway, the last topic was a lot heavier than the previous ones. It's not talking about what I just brought up, was it? It's a game. I'm reading my thoughts. This is made of aluminum. You can't have my brain. But Makoto's calm demeanor seemed to cheer her up. She smiled sincerely and said softly, "Thanks, Makoto." Maybe it was the sign of gratitude for listening to her troubles, but kept that same smile as she blurted out something horrifying. "In return, I promise that if I do decide to kill someone, it won't be you." Don't say scary stuff like that! At least that's what Makoto thought, but the words that came out of his mouth expressed a different sentiment. "I see. Thanks." "Really, dude? Ah! But I wouldn't want you to become the Blackened in the first place." For some reason, Makoto felt like the murderous words that came out of Junko's mouth seemed like a natural thing for her to say. She seemed very surprised that Makoto's response and quickly blurted out, "Huh? Are you serious? I was kidding." "Huh? Oh, of course. Sorry for acting so weird. No worries, let's just chalk this up to you being woozy from the recovery." She returned to her usual bulby self. Bulby? Oh, bubbly! Let out a big screech and turned to Makoto. "I'm gonna get going now. Make sure you don't get killed before the next person arrives." After seeing her off, Makoto laid back down in the bed and started thinking to himself, "What is this strange feeling? Oh my god! I think Mukuro Ikusaba actually had a crush on Makoto Daegi." His dull headache continued as his thoughts began to blur. "I was just talking to Junko, but it feels like I was talking to someone else." "Of course you were! You were talking to Mukuro Ikusaba!" Who was she? The more he thought, the more it felt like his memories were sinking into a thick swamp. The more he thought, each throb of pain pulses in his head and felt like a wave on the surface of a swamp. What's this feeling? It felt very unpleasant, and as though someone's voice was screaming at him from the inside of his head. Let me guess what it's screaming. "Help me!" I'm pretending to be my twisted sister, and I don't want any part of it anymore. Makoto tried to organize his thoughts and go over everything that had happened to him. But he was interrupted by the sound of a bell. Unlike the dorm rooms, the nurse's office didn't have a doorbell. The bell sound that Makoto heard was ringing throughout the entire building. Ahem, ahem. Testing, testing. Mic check 1, 2. Can anyone hear me on this thing? Ahem. This is a test for the school broadcast system. It was Monokuma. Now that Makoto has finally woken up, please assemble at the gym. Makoto listened to Monokuma's heartless order and got out of bed without complaining. I have to go. He walked one step at a time in accordance with the rhythm of his throbbing headache. Slowly, slowly he walked forward. No, not knowing where he was headed. He was heaven or hell. Nothing's happening. The gym? Really? Makoto, are you alright? Sayaka ran over to Makoto as soon as he entered the gym. Hey, this music's not supposed to show up until Danganronpa 2. Yeah, thanks. Sorry about yesterday. I guess I really worried you. Please don't apologize. I'm sorry too. I barged into your room when you weren't feeling well. Now that you mention it, said Makoto. What happened yesterday? Sayaka looked away for a brief moment, but immediately turned back and smiled her idle smile, and shook her head. Nothing. I'll tell you some other time. Oh, did you just kill old Leon? While they were talking, and Kiyotaki Ishimaru, the super high school level hall monitor, stepped forward, pointing an accusatory finger at Makoto. You're late, Makoto! Explain why you were tardy! The other students collectively raised their... The other students collectively raised their eyebrows as if they were thinking, why is this guy yelling at someone who was sick? However, Makoto just smiled gently and answered him often. I didn't feel well, so I was resting in a nurse's office. Can you note that in the daily logbook? Ah, I see. That's consistent with my information. If that's the case, then I shall consider this a matter settled. The conversation progressed smoothly, and Ishimaru smiled and he kept talking. Ha ha ha! I'll take full responsibility for recording it. You just focus on recovering. If you ever feel ill, please report to the health committee. The health committee? Sorry, Kiyotaka, but the health committee just turned into an super high school level despair. So she's not gonna help. It seems we need to appoint the health committee members after this meeting, though. Good luck with that. They're outside. She's outside the school. Kiyotaka walked away, mumbling to himself as he opened a daily logbook he found in the school's supply room. Celestia Lunenberg, the super high school level gambler, saw the whole conversation and walked up to Makoto. Despite his unreasonable behavior, you knew exactly what to say to him. Huh? As soon as Celeste said that, it dawned on Makoto. It's true that he didn't feel well and that he had been resting in the nurse's office. But when Kiyotaka asked him why he was late, even though he should have already known the reason, Makoto didn't feel annoyed or disappointed at all. It was as if he expected Kiyotaka to say that. Makoto felt strange and he accepted Kiyotaka's personality so quickly. He couldn't understand why he asked Kiyotaka to do something as unnecessary as recording it in the daily logbook in the first place. Why did I say that? It's like I was used to it. He's remembering! His response to Kiyotaka's demands came as naturally to him as breathing. Why? Every time he tried to think about it, his headache grew even worse. Yep, he's definitely remembering. As Makoto struggled to think through the pain of his headache. Oh no, not again!
Hey guys, is everyone here?
He sounded like he was about to lead the students on a field trip, but not a single one of them had a smile on their face. What is it this time? Are we gonna hijack a cruise ship and run into a giant worm? Of course, there is one exception. Oh, that was his voice. What is it this time? Are we gonna hijack a cruise ship and run it into a gigantic worm? Yasuhiro Hagakure, the super high school level fortune teller, still believed that their current situation was some kind of planned event. Monokuma just ignored him and continued to address the students with his adorable voice.
Today I'm going to tell you about our wonderful school system. System sure sounds like a great word, don't you think? It reeks of danger, like a bear! I want you all to trample over the deaths of your friends and grow up and to have hardened hearts. It's good to be a little naughty. I want you all to grow poisonous personalities.
After making his nonsensical introduction, Monokuma moved on to the next topic. With this, he began providing a detailed explanation of the most vile system in the school. The class trial.
Now, you can't just kill someone. You gotta kill someone without anyone else finding out you did it.
Monokuma talked about this horrifying graduation program, yada yada yada. But because the killing hasn't happened yet, his lecture didn't instill any despair in the students. As long as the killing never occurred, there was no point to the class trial. So, ha! But no one could really said that a killing game is going to happen. As the students' suspicious sins began to rise, Monokuma continued explaining the cause until...
Wait, hold...
wait. Is this Mukuro speaking? I'm gonna wild guess it. It's Mukuro. Wait, hold on a sec. As Monokuma began to explain the execution and that would serve as a punch, one girl stepped forward. Yep, it's her. Junko? As soon as he saw how angry she was, the rhythm of Makoto's headache began to slightly change slightly.
You're freaking insane, you know that? Beg pardon?
The girl continued to complain angrily. She seemed completely different from the smiling person Makoto saw in the nurse's home. Huh? What? Was Junko always like that? No, she's different. That's how Junko acts, but is that person really Junko? Huh? Wait a minute. What am I thinking? As Makoto struggled with his headache, and Monokuma and the girl continued to argue.
What? Are you saying you're not going to participate in the trial? Only punishment waits such blasphemy.
What? Punishment? I don't know, throw you into a deep, scary prison or something. Different? The strange feeling he felt was now directed at Monokuma. A prison? No, they aren't that kind. As a series of images flashed through Makoto's mind, and the first he thought it was some kind of parade. But he quickly realized that it was a mistake. What he looked like in lights were actually buildings effused in flames. The red decorating the scene seemed to have some form of human bodies. Despair. It wasn't confined to the Academy or even to Japan. Images of worldwide death and destruction flooded Makoto's brain with every throb of his headache. I've seen this before. Besides the indescribable violence taking place in all these images, there was one thing they had in common. Who are they? They're rampaging terrorists wearing black and white masks were wreaking havoc in these images. They took everything: money, valuable lives, a family's dignity, the past, the future, and possibly even hope. And the mask of these terrorists were wearing perfectly resembled the face of the stuffed animal arguing with the student before him.
Shut the hell up! Say whatever you want. I'm not gonna be part of this. Oh, be reasonable! Don't talk about me being reasonable, you Cedric. Heck, Freakazoid, I'm out of the game! Ooh, the evil standing here before me is scaring me, and I'm trembling with fear. Whatever shall I do? I should succumb. Cherish the thought. But no, man, I'm stronger than you, and more than anyone. I will not be defeated. I'll nip this spotty rebellion and reign victorious.
If you're
really wanting to, you're gonna.
He swung his arms wildly as he charged with waddling steps.
I'll win and reign.
But the girl stomped on the self-proclaimed headmaster principal of the school with ease.
I'm sorry, but what were you saying?
Pinned beneath the girl's foot, Monokuma looked up into the girl's cold eyes and calmly asked,
Big mistake! Huh? Manhandling being the principal in any shape or form is strictly forbidden. The rules, remember? warned you about breaking them!
At the moment, a chill ran down Makoto's spine. She's going to get killed! Monokuma's words shrouded the very threatening to him. It wasn't a prediction or a guess. It was as if he knew the danger Monokuma posed from the start. If this continues, Junko's going to do. His mind still didn't fully grasp the situation unfolding in front of him. By the time he realized he was about to remember something, he was already running forward. Junko! The impact of his feet combined with the rhythm of his headache, sending his brain and heart into a panic. No, she's different. She's... I invoke...
Activating summoning magic! Save me, Gungnir Spears!
Monokuma wiggled beneath the girl's foot and let out a scream. At that exact moment, Makoto charged at her and screamed out, Mukuro! Watch out! Wait, he actually said Mukuro? Huh? The girl dressed as Junko Enoshima widened her eyes in shock. As if to evade the charging Makoto, she jumped back with agility unheard of in a teenage high school girl. And then, right at that moment, countless spears pierced the spot where she had been standing just a split second ago. Whoa! If it weren't for Makoto, she would have been dead! We saved Ibukuro Ikusaba! Woohoo! All of the students, including the girls, stared wide-eyed as the sudden turn of events. Spears, too many of them to count, had shot out the blinding speed from mechanisms installed in the floor and walls of the gym. However, Makoto was unable to notice this. Oh no. No. Don't you say it! Huh? Why did I call Junko Mukuro? Mukuro. As that thought entered his mind, a sharp sudden impact struck his side, followed by an intense, deathly pain that ran down his spine and spread throughout his entire body. The spear stabbed into his side and instantly tore his flesh to shreds, and a shot of his back coated in blood and other bodily fluids. No! He died? No! At that moment, the black fog that had engulfed Makoto's mind was consumed by death itself. And as his consciousness slowly faded, he remembered everything. Because of the electric jolt and the chemical compound from the escape button, because of that button that he had found by chance, Makoto managed to escape. He had escaped the hopelessness game where he and his fellow students had their memories stolen and were forced to kill each other. Of course, that escape is also what led him to his current life or death predicament. In the end, perhaps he only escaped from one despair to fall into another, but at the same time his actions had unintended consequences for one person. The girl living in a false identity as her beloved little little twin sister. Get it right. Junko Enoshima, Mukuro Ikusaba, the super high school level full soldier, and a member of the super high school level Despair. her past, her future, perhaps even her hope itself are on the path to despair. Ooh, I didn't know I could do that. And so the curtain falls on Makoto's story for now. From this point, this story is about a certain girl. A girl who's more pitiful than anyone else in the sealed-off academy. A new curtain along with new despair shall now rise. Huh? Time has certainly stopped for Mukuro Ikosaba. It was as if everything around her had frozen perfectly still. In the past, she was known as the super high school level soldier. She had experienced this feeling before, during her time with the mercenary group Fenrir. In situations where she was surrounded by a hopelessness number of enemies within the jungle or in a desert ruin, the charging enemies seemed as if though they were frozen in time, which allowed her to claim a decisive victory in all her battles. But this wasn't a battlefield, so why did this familiar sensation activate once again? In order for her to understand what happened, Mukuro slowly tried to assess the current situation from within this frozen world. Junko Enoshima and Mukuro Ikosaba are both children of despair. But Junko Enoshima, the true super high school level despair, harbors a far deeper darkness within her. Though their last names are different, Mukuro is Junko's twin sister, connected by the bonds of blood. She cooperated with Junko's hopeless plan and impersonated her under the pretense of participating into killing game alongside her classmates. According to the plan, Mukuro was supposed to oppose Monokuma, who her sister was controlling, and to be locked in a dungeon as punishment. Yeah, but Junko lied. Isolated from the others, she would then escape from the dungeon and perform various acts intended to deprive the students of all hope. That was the role she had been assigned. Yeah, until old Junko cheated. She was planning to kill her to get more despair infused in her. I know the secrets! When Makoto succumbed to his headache, Junko ordered her to see if the shock had caused him to remember anything that could make him a liability. He woke as if she was tending to him, so she made a small talk with him, but she didn't notice any change in his behavior. Until this point, she was certain that there shouldn't be any problems. Nothing could possibly go wrong. She stomped on Monokuma's like her sister ordered to do, and flawlessly spoke the lines she was taught to memorize. Afterwards, she would fall through a trapdoor inside a dungeon and remain isolated from the other students. Lie! That was her role. She hadn't done anything wrong. There was no problems. She repeated that to herself over and over like a silent prayer. But in that frozen moment in time, when what she saw was not a trapdoor, but countless spears. One of them had skewered Makoto through his side. Why? Makoto, why are there spears? Why are there good near spears? I would have died if I hadn't moved. Did Junko mess up the plan? No, Junko would never mess up. Was she actually trying to kill me? Me, her own sister? Did Makoto save me? Why? Why did he say my name? Did his memories come back? Did I not realize that? Did I make a mistake? Is that why Junko got angry? Is this punishment? Is this my fault? Junko tried to kill me? Yes! Oh, you made a mistake, Junko. Now Mukuro Ikosawa is coming for you, and alongside Sakura Ogami. You're out of puppets, except Monokuma, I think. Kill me. Slowly, time came back to her world. Mukuro could feel her face turning pale as she slowly looked toward Makoto. The students' screams rang throughout the gym. Sayaka was probably the first one to scream. But who screamed first didn't matter to Mukuro. Makoto, why? Makoto was the super high school level luck. He had been her classmate for the past 2 years, and now he was a sacrifice to despair. Not long ago, he had given her an answer of sorts during their conversation in the nurse's office. He was just a pawn in the plan her sister had devised. But now, a feeling of doubt began forming in Mukuro's mind. What did I want from Makoto? Your love! You loved him! As her heart turned restlessly, she continued to think. In return, I promised that if I do decide to kill someone, it wouldn't be you. I was impersonating Junko then. Or did I really meant that? When did I start feeling this doubt? Just now, the moment he saved me. Or when he spoke in the nurse's office earlier. Or when I first confronted him about this killing game before his memories returned. Or was it before even that? Mukuro stood there confused and overwhelmed as Makoto slowly opened his eyes, the spirit still impaling him through the side. Mukuro! Makoto, are you okay? Mukuro was no longer impersonating the super high school level old-fashioned diva. Let me guess, she took off the wig. That was a wig, right? Looking up from the floor of the gym, Makoto asked, Why are you dressed up like her? Why are you dressed like Junko? He was smiling. Maybe he couldn't feel the pain anymore. Or maybe he was being affected by something else. Oh my god, has he fallen in love with Mukuro? But regardless, Makoto ignored the fact that he was dying just to give Mukuro his warm smile. I'm glad you're safe, Mukuro. As soon as she heard Makoto's weak, fading voice, something inside Mukuro snapped. From the shell of despair she had built up, an intense emotion began flowing out. Oh, that... If the despair is a shell? Mukuro's a pure heart is breaking out. No, this is all wrong. She couldn't hold it back, that emotion any longer. No! And for the first time in her entire life, Mukuro unleashed a scream into the world. No! As Mukuro fell to her knees and clutched her head, a small shadow started walking toward her back. The stuffed animal that had been under her foot. Monokuma. His claws were extended as he was no longer walking with his usual waddle. Instead, he moved like a beast, silently stalking its prey, as he slowly advanced with his target's blind spot. As he inched closer to Mukuro, Monokuma raised his razor-sharp claws and crouched on his haunches and suddenly leapt toward the back of her neck. Yeah! However, just before those claws could even reach the paralyzed Mukuro, a dark shadow moved from the side and swatted those claws away in one blow. He lunged deflectedly. Monokuma was sent flying through the air, spinning wildly before crashing into the wall. Damn you. What are you trying to do? Oh, wait. Let me retry that again. Damn you. What are you trying to do? Sakura Ogami, the super high school level grappler, had just prevented another tragedy. She stood before Monokuma and addressed him in a loud, booming voice. Not only did you attempt to kill Junko for violating school regulations, you even attacked Makoto, who had nothing to do with this. If you plan to continue acting in such a savage manner, there is no reason for us to play along with your game. Togami, the super high school level heir, smirked transcendently at Sakura. Fool. One could say you've now violated the school regulations with your senseless actions. He looked as if he honestly did not care if his fellow students lived or died at all. Yeah, he's a jerk. Well, she merely deflected the headmaster's attack, the principal's attack, just now. I don't think it truly counts as an act of violence.
Well...
Wait, let me try that again.
Well, she did merely deflected the principal's attack just now. So I don't think it's truly counts as an act of violence.
Like Byakuya, Celeste seemed unfrazzled as she clinged to him over his words.
However, the banter between the two was enough to stir the stunned students to action.
Makoto! Sayaka was the first one to run toward Makoto, who lay bleeding from his stomach. But Monokuma stopped her, shouting in a tone of voice that seemed completely out of character.
Be careful! Don't get too close to those two.
Huh? Stared by Monokuma's desperate tone, Sayaka and the others stopped moving, almost insignificantly. The students looked around each other instead of his usual playful gait. Monokuma walked toward them with deliberate, methodical steps. And then he suddenly blurted out something that took everyone, and even Mukuro Ikosaba, by surprise.
I'm sure you're probably confused by this sudden turn of event. I want you guys to work together.
What? As Mukuro slowly turned her head toward Monokuma, he pointed at her and yelled,
Mukuro Kosawa and her accomplice Makoto Naegi are the terrorists responsible for locking you all in this academy.
Makoto did not! That was you! That was everyone! And Sakura Ogami is the accomplice. Once again, time stopped for Mukuro. But this time, she wasn't the only one affected. Everyone seemed to be frozen in shock. After a few seconds of silence, Asahina, the super high school levels a swimmer, first spoke.
Huh? You're kidding, right? I mean, Makoto was a terrorist? That's impossible! And who's Mukuro? I mean, that's Junko.
Monokuma began slowly explaining to Asahina.
The real Junko must be imprisoned somewhere in the school. Worst case scenario, she might be killed. Mukuro must have researched which one of you would be easiest for her to impersonate, and hid amongst you a wall, pretending to be her. She was probably trying to make sure the killing game went smoothly.
Suddenly, Monokuma's hands and feet began jerking in awkward motion as he looked at the other students and introduced himself. I'm Benchi. I'm Beshiki Madari, the ultimate hacker. I mean, the super high school level hacker. I don't remember that one. I'm your upperclassman. I hacked into the academy from the outside, and I was finally able to take control of Monokuma's body just a little while ago. Take control? From who? From the head of the terrorist organization that's controlling this robot from the outside. What? That's not possible. Oh, Junko Onoshima's on the inside. Unless that little green-haired girl's controlling the robot. Is it Monica Toa? It better not be her. What are you saying, Junko? Mukuro trembled as she heard the words coming out of Monokuma's mouth. For a brief moment, she clung to the hope that her sister wasn't trying to kill her, but as soon as that hope was born, it was immediately consumed by despair. Junko had the power to transform hope into despair. She would never let anyone act that easy. That means there's no such thing as that, whatever his name, and the super high school level hacker. There's no such thing. There was only one explanation. Junko Onoshima was pretending to be someone named Beshiki in order to frame Mukuro and Makoto. Oh, that dirty little... She is so... going down. It was as though Junko was using Mukuro's survival as a branching path to lead the students to a different despair. Monokuma continued talking, telling the students more lies designed to probe them to action. What about... Please, let Sakura Okami be on our side. On your first day at Hope's Peak High School, you guys were exposed to sleeping gas, knocked unconscious, and taken hostage. Lies! Mukuro and Makoto are probably the only operatives that had the terrorists sent inside the school. Lies! That means they probably know how to escape from here. Lies! 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 And then Monokuma turned to Mukuro. Mukuro Ikosawa was a member of a mercenary group called Fenrir. She is a wanted criminal who killed over 10 people associated with the school. That part is accurate. So don't get soft and think you can capture her alive. In fact, that's exactly what the cops told me. So, the moment I saw an opening, I tried to hack the trap they set and tried to kill her. But what about Makoto? Monokuma gave a cold, emotionless answer to Sayak Mizuno's question. My guess is that a meaningless little super high school levels luck didn't stand a chance of defying a group like Fenrir. He was probably threatened and forced to cooperate before he entered the school, or judging from his earlier actions, maybe Mukuro seduced him. She did not! Did she? Uh-oh. Mizuno's face went pale and when she heard that answer, and she immediately stopped talking. Seriously? Wait, seriously? That's like 1, 2, 3... 3 girls! Makoto's got game. He had a crush on Mizuno, Mukuro, and Kyoko. That's 3. He's got game. Mukuro raised her head and shouted, "You're wrong. Makoto is not a terrorist. You all have to believe me." Yeah. Not the best choice of words, since you did lie from the beginning and pretended to be someone else. As if he was speaking from everyone else, Taka stepped forward and nervously asked, "Hold on. What do you mean Makoto isn't a terrorist?" It sounds like you're saying that there's no doubt that you are in fact a terrorist. I ask that you correct yourself at once and say, "We are not terrorists." Celeste began expressing her own doubts as well.
It's strange, but it seems odd that she is so protective of someone whom we just met a few days ago.
Uh-oh. Mukuro stood in silence. The other students' faces began to fill with suspicion. Felt that they realized they weren't looking at the real Junko Enoshima. Byakuya pushed up his glasses and began proudly pointing out what's aimed out of place to him. I heard that Makoto, or whatever his name is, called you Mukuro instead of Junko. Oh my god. He did say that. That's not good. That's not good. How would Makoto know that your name is really Mukuro if he just met you and you not that long ago? That's... I've also heard of Fenrir, continued Byakuya. As I recall, its members have a tattoo somewhere on their body. Oh, that's right! She has foundation on her hand. Wait, they're not gonna make her go naked, is she? Are they? Insignificantly, Byakuya's words put Mukuro into a calm state of mind. In hostile situations, her defensive reflexes of the super high school level soldier often manifest themselves. Mukuro's tattoo was on the back of her right hand. She wondered how she would hide it in this from the other students without also calling attention to it. But in the end, this concern was in vain. If the police records are true, she should have a tattoo on the back of her right hand. Whoa, he's good! As Monokuma freely divulged that information... All right! Cried Taka, his voice filled with enthusiasm. Show us the back of your right hand and prove your innocence! Monokuma dispensed another unnecessary remark.
Make sure you look really close. She might cover it up with foundation.
Ah, crap! Junko had ordered Mukuro to hide her tattoo with foundation, so Monokuma's information was entirely true. Dang it! There was nothing Mukuro could do except stay quiet. However, she wasn't staying quiet because her identity was about to be exposed. She was struck by the realization that her sister was completely serious about pinning this on her. Why the hesitation? Shouted the foolishly honest Kiyotaka. As my classmate, I have complete faith in you. From behind him, Hifumi Yamada, the super high school level artist, murmured to himself as cold sweat ran down his cheek.
Well, look at it. I guess this is what they call a checkmate, huh?
Oh, I know that attitude. That's Mondo, isn't it? Why'd you just fess up already, you traitor? In contrast to Hifumi, Mondo Owada, the super high school level biker, was royally mad. However, there were some students who were busy questioning Monokuma instead of Mukuro. Hey, you're not coming. Hey, you're not coming to save us! Shouted Leon Kawada, the super high school level baseball player. You should hurry up and charge in here already. Monokuma looked at Leon and shook his head softly.
The police can't help you right now. Not only are you guys hostage, is it possible that the entire school has been rigged with explosives and poisonous gas?
Then they could use bomb detectors. And they could use gas masks. Have you thought of that?
I hacked into this Monokuma robot to investigate that for myself.
Okay, that's a devil lie. Then what about everyone on that DVD? What about everyone outside the school? Asked Mizunel. The memory of the DVD she was forced to watch yesterday still weighed heavily on her mind, but Monokuma didn't have a clear answer.
I don't know anything about any DVDs, but there are definitely terrorists causing havoc out there. Law enforcement around the world is in shambles trying to deal with this.
That's impossible. Oh, my nose shuddered and collapsed to her knees. Sayaka? Next to... Oh.
Maitano?
Next to her, Chihiro Fujisaki, the super high school level programmer, was unsure about what she should do. Behind her, two other girls stood silently. The first was Toko Fukawa, the super high school level... writing prodigy. Oh, I mean, literary girl. She seemed to be doing very hard not to look at Makoto as he lay bleeding. Because if she saw the blood, she would switch to genocide or show. The other was a quiet girl who hadn't talked about herself much, named Kyoko Kirigiri, the super high school level detective. Unlike Toko, Kyoko was watching everything intently, as if she were studying the scene of the crime. From Makoto's breathing patterns to double changes in Mukuro's facial expression, nothing was escaping her attention. Suddenly, Toko began nervously talking to Sakura.
So, anyway, let's just say that Mukuro woman, or whatever her over there, is a terrorist. Just hurry up and eat her to death or something.
We don't know that yet, said Sakura. Oh wait, we don't know that yet, said Sakura. My fists do not mete out justice based on simple speculation. Sakura tried to get near Makoto to examine his wounds, but Makoto stood in her way, shouting,
"Don't come any closer!"
This meant that Mukuro was the only one who could get close to Makoto. She had ended countless lives in the battlefield. She knew from experience. Oh, this is kind of like the Winter Soldier. You think that's where they got her idea? If she didn't treat Makoto's wounds, he would die. His wounds were not immediately fatal, but if he continued losing blood, he would eventually slip into shock and die shortly thereafter. Please, you need to treat Makoto first. Absolutely not, said Byakuya, harshly interrupting Mukuro. Tying you up and examining the back of your right hand is our first priority. Hey, Makoto's in danger! Now's not the time for that. Now's not the time for that, said Asahina as she cast a worried glance at Makoto. She was still having trouble understanding the situation, had decided if Makoto was suspicious or not. Byakuya was about to snap back at her, but Mukuro's actions stunned him into silence. She took a deep breath and then... Oh, now she takes off the wig! You know, I actually knew that was a wig! I knew that was a wig! People thought that she just grew her hair out and dyed it, but no! She had a wig! I called it! where there were two long blonde pigtails only a moment before there were now short black hair. She cleared her face of all emotion, and when she spoke, her voice rang out throughout the gym. I am not Junko Enoshima. My name is Mukuro Ikusaba. The students stared wide-eyed at her open confession. All she did was remove her wig and clear her emotions. But in doing so, the person the students had recognized as Junko Enoshima vanished from their sight. The terrorist that had taken her place continued to speak in a calm, sodic tone. I helped lock everyone inside this academy. The confession of the seaside cliff moment has finally arrived. Oh wait, that was Hifumi talking. The confession of the seaside cliff moment has finally arrived. Hifumi blurted. Wigs? Wigs are against school regulations, Junko! Mukuro! Whatever your name is! Said Taka. As if stirred by their cries of excitement, the other students began clamoring again among themselves. Huh? Said Yasuhiro. So, Makoto's wounds are, for real? Does that mean that stuff about the terrorist and whatever is real too? So, everything that's happened these past few days wasn't a bunch of strange events? As the reality of the situation began dawning on Yasuhiro, and all Leon could say to him was, "Shut the hell up!" Byakuya just remained calm and addressed Mukuro in a concerned manner. What does your group want? If you're after money, you would have already tried to negotiate with me. Of course, I'd rather let them die than surrender to you your ransom demands. Our purpose is to fill the world with despair. Byakuya scoffed at this notion and began to speak once again. I see. Monokuma said something similar. So that ideology is what fuels your terrorism. It's true if you did anything to me, you would certainly fill the world with despair. But obviously, that would be impossible for you. Asahina couldn't believe that Byakuya was saying and frowned as she muttered. How self-centered can you be? After confirming that Byakuya had no more questions for her, Mukuro looked at Makoto, whose breathing had slowed, and let her voice show some emotion. But Makoto had nothing to do with this. You can't believe what Monokuma says. What the hell you said? What the hell did you say? Shouted Mondo. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're the terrorist, just like Monokuma said. Mukuro looked away from Mondo and continued speaking. That's true, but Makoto isn't involved at all. Celeste coldly brushed her objection aside.
I do not think trying to protect him will do you any good. After all, we all heard Makoto calling you by your first name.
that she had no words. There was nothing she could say to protect Makoto, even though Makoto was truly innocent. Though Mukuro, the super high school level soldier, her powers were largely limited to battle. Well, I'm gonna call it a time here. So, this was actually interesting. And we learned the truth about Mukuro. Oh, Makoto's dying. And now Mukuro learned that her sister was trying to betray him. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video here. This is crazy. So, I'll continue this later. Probably grab some grub, take a nap, you name it. And so, thank you all so much. If you're watching this and you liked it, punch the like button in the face like a boss, just like Jacksepticeye would. And don't forget to tap the bell to be notified for more videos. And as always, I will continue this in the next video. Bye-bye!